What's up, guys? It's Sam, the Raid Man. Kind of a weird thing happened to me this morning. So I pulled on, and I won't show you the clip, but I recorded the video. I was like, hey, it's a double legendary event. I've got 4 sacreds. Let's pull them. And I got 4 epics. And I was like, oh, man, that's a bummer. And I saw I had a little red dot over here on tournaments. And I was like, oh, is there like a new champion chase or a summon rush? And there's not. And I scrolled down, and I went to the champion chase tournament. And I was like, oh, I didn't get this. What did I get? I got first place in champion chase by a lot. And I saw Hansel, and I'm like, is that a soul, or is that the actual champion Hansel? And then I was like, all right, well, let me go over here and search for him. And I said, Hansel, nothing. I'm like, that's weird. Must be a soul. I go over here to my souls. He's not there. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm full. I got him. I got Hansel, the witch hunter. Obviously, I got to make some space. This is awesome. I felt kind of stupid for going for, that's not going to help me. I felt kind of stupid for going for Gretel, but now that I got Hansel, that feels a lot more worthwhile. And I do want to clarify, I didn't necessarily whale. I did buy 1 shard pack. I think I had 28 voids, and then I bought a pack of 22. So I put about 50. But I did not whale out by any means. I didn't even hit a void legendary. It was just a lot of void epics. I do remember, I don't know if I had the clip or not, I pulled 10 voids and I got 6 epics out of that. And I was like, for champion chase, that's money. That's a ton of points. Either way, definitely didn't even go for it. And I think I just got really lucky in terms of what group I was in. Because I'm sure like global leaderboard, there's just some disgusting scores. Yeah, 100,000. Even, let's see what 100 is. 48,000, and I won with 8,000. So I think I just got hella lucky in terms of the group that we're in. But the point of this video obviously is to celebrate. But let's go ahead and let's go up Gretel first. I did go for her. And let's see what she's all about. So we're just going to read the part for with Hansel. So if Hansel's on the same team, attacks all enemies. 25% chance of placing decreased defense for all enemies, 50% chance of placing decreased defense on the first target. Also places an extra hit against enemies under any buffs. So 2 hits on enemies under any buffs. That's pretty big. And books up to a 50 to 75% chance of decreased defense. So pretty strong A1. This one's pretty cool. Nothing different with Hansel, but 4 times, 4 hitter, and then it ignores defense. If it kills somebody, it resets cooldown and fills her turn meter by 50%. Pretty cool. Doesn't hit super hard, but it's still pretty cool. AoE decreases turn meter. If Hansel's on the same team, decreases turn meter of all enemies by 50% instead. Cannot be resisted. That's a pretty good ability for wave control or arena. Then fills this champion's turn meter for 20% by 20% for each enemy alive after the attack. So if we were to do this to a wave of 4 in the arena, let's say we just build her fast, right? She's going to go first. Take away 50% of their turn meter, boost her turn meter by 80%, so she probably will go again. And then we could try and nuke somebody. Passive effect. Fills this champion's turn meter by 50% whenever an enemy is granted an extra turn. Interesting. So if she's almost going, then she could cut in. If Hansel's on the same team, also fills their turn meter by 50% whenever an enemy is granted an extra turn. Active effect. If Hansel's on the same team and is killed by the enemy, instantly activates the Sacred Ritual, which is this AoE. So, definitely going to be trying them out. Let's pull up Hansel and see what he is all about. I haven't really even looked at his kit because I just assumed I wasn't going to get him. Pretty simple kit. I mean, pretty simple build, like art style. Skin. All right. A1, 50% chance placing weaken. Gretel is on the same team. AoE A1, weaken. So between their 2 A1s, they have AoE decreased defense, AoE weaken, which is pretty cool. Probably some synergy for Hydra there. Again, this time he places an extra hit on enemies under debuffs, which almost always there'll be some debuffs, especially in PvE. So I like that A1 a lot. I'll have to check out his damage multipliers in a second. Attacks 1 enemy, will ignore shield unkillable, grants an extra turn if this attack kills an enemy. Solid. All right. AoE will ignore 15% of each target's defense. Also increases the cooldown of 1 random skill on each enemy by 2 turns. If Gretel's on the same team, will ignore 30% defense instead, which is a lot. Will also increase the cooldown of all enemy skills instead of 1 random skill by 2 turns. Cannot be resisted. That's really good. All right, Brotherly Blonde. Reflects all fear and true fear debuffs from this champion to the attacker. That's passive, so he can't be feared. meaning that will be good for Hydra. If Gretel's on the same team, also reflects all fear and true fear debuffs placed on Gretel back to the attacker as well. I feel like that's really only useful in Hydra, unless you're running against, there's random fear champions that get used in the arena, but not a ton. If Gretel's on the same team and is killed by an enemy, instantly activates the Baneful Burst skill. So I definitely like the idea of just running the two of them in Hydra, full nuke. If one of them dies, the other one AoEs, but let's keep boosting each other up. All right, we already read all that. Let's check out the multipliers. Gretel. All right, strong. So 3.8 and 2.4. Yeah, strong everywhere. This is godlike. It's just going to be that ignore defense, basically. You can see what kind of damage that would do in different areas. AoE 4.1. That's pretty strong. Plus, it's got the actual effect. And then let's go to Hansel. Witch Hunter. Skills. Strong 2.3 on the AoE, 3.5 on the single target. 2.8 two times, so 5.6. That's also godlike. So their AoEs are strong, their single targets are godlike. It looks like that's the same for both of them. 3.5 strong, but with the ignore defense. So Gretel's AoEs got better multipliers, but this one ignores more defense. Okay, well, cool. Well, stay tuned. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you want to see this content. I'm going to build some teams, definitely in Hydra, but probably an arena comp or something like that as well. Testing out both Hansel and Gretel together. So thanks for watching. Give me a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all on the next one.